So yeah, man, we in the building, people. We in the building, man. Let's get straight into this thing. It's been a beautiful week. It's a nice, the weather's. I see the weather taking a turn now. When the weather takes a turn, it's always a beautiful thing, man, because it means sunny days are coming.
Yes.
So yeah, man, we in the building. But before we do anything else, Noble, how are you doing, man? How's the week been?
Wonderful, siblings. Shabbat Shalom. Glad to be here. Week, as usual, they're flying by, but I will say this was a very productive week. As you say, we've had this double degrees, double digits and shit in the rides. It's like, whoa, you get in the car and it's hot. You don't need to put the heated seats on and on like that, So I'm looking forward to this spring. Actually, technically, are we actually in the spring equinox yet? I can't even remember. I think that might be coming up, or we may have passed it. But yeah, man, spring, then summer. Man, I'm getting on that plane, sibling. I'm getting on multiple planes this year. Growing year 2023, man.
You say you're definitely out of here now, yeah? I know it's
out. It's booked.
COVID and all that.
Yes, I booked 2 vacations. They're done. I got going out in May. And then May, June, early part of June, and then middle part of June. So 3 trips gone, sibling.
It's needed, man. It's definitely needed. It's most definitely needed. Because at the end of the day, yeah, that sunshine is important. Very, very important. See what I mean? So, and just that, just that reset. That reset is very important also.
100%. As I always say, treat yourself. Never cheat yourself. We can't be out here in this plane of existence just putting in this working for the man if you do, or doing your own thing and just working, paying bills. We got some time for us, man. When we're going to go see family, or even, as you say, to have that total reset and go somewhere with your empress and just max out, turn the business line off, and just experience the culture, the sun, the sea, the coconut water, sibling, the fresh fish and shit, sibling. Huh?
Sick, man.
That's living, man. That's living. Zombie apocalypse times, man was existing. And I will put myself in that, because I was trapped. I was trapped on this island, so I was existing to a point now. Apart from the economics, we free now.
Yeah, that's it, man. 100%. So, okay, let's get into this thing, man. Let's get all the way into this thing. Break it down. Because you know what? This is crazy, and I'm glad it's coming full circle now. Because I think we are starting to see a decline in this whole trolling situation. Trolls and people that are on the internet causing problems. Now let me break this thing down. Tekashi Sixnine, yeah, absolutely. Let me not give my personal opinion just yet. But Tekashi Sixnine, I'd say started bubbling around 2018. He started to bubble. And I remember the first time I seen this guy, I just said, yo, this guy just looks weird, sounds weird. Just an absolute, just like an absolute clown
gimmick.
And then I just didn't like the direction rap was going when I seen him, man, because I feel like from 2016 to 2020, rappers were just doing whatever to be seen. Man were wearing dresses, doing all kind of wild gimmicks to be seen. And Tekashi Sixnine just took it to a whole nother level, man. He just started to do all kind of madness, just absolute, just trolling people, telling people to SMD.
Yeah.
Disrespecting people, telling people to test his gangster, all of this stuff. And at the time, it was entertaining because people were like, yo, is this guy for real? Plus, he had some real Brooklyn gangsters around him.
Yes.
So because he had some real Brooklyn gangsters around him, people were kind of like, okay, maybe this guy is the real deal. I mean, I always knew he was a joke. But for some people, it was entertaining because they're like, yo, he's saying all this stuff. Yo, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where most of his fan base came from, because we knew what type of character he was. So, he ends up telling on, the whole gang, getting guys all kind of years, all that kind of stuff, and gets away with everything himself and comes back out. Now, at this point, people wanted to see what he would do next, because we were like, surely he's not going to come out on the same thing. The man come back and people were hyping it up. He was getting, at one point, he had the highest viewed Instagram live video. People were going crazy, just this guy is, it just got to a point where I feel like he took things too far. He started dissing the dead. He was really, really provoking people. He was really doing some real low down, dirty, disrespecting people. Went to the Nipsey mural. A lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, facts are facts. We've seen presidents get their head blown off.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? We've seen them get their heads blown off. So I'm looking at this guy and I'm saying to myself, eventually, this is going to catch up to this guy. Eventually, this is going to catch up and someone's going to put their hands on him. Because at the end of the day, to pay a security detail indefinitely is something that, you'd have to be government funded to keep that up. So this man now thinks he can go out in public as normal. Now, just before I pass you the ball, Noble, my man, goes out in public as normal, thinking that all the disrespectful, forget the snitching stuff, because I doubt that's what even got touched. All the disrespectful things that he says to people. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All the disrespectful things that he's been saying to people, all of the, the provoking that he's been doing to people for how many years, he just thinks he can just walk past all of that. It was Puerto Rican guys that got this guy, man. Now, I think he got off quite easy, to be honest. I think, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. For the stuff he was saying and doing, both his legs had to broke, man. 100%. Both his legs should have broke. For this man, that was nothing what he got. That was nothing what he got there was some joke thing. For the kind of things that he's been doing, and the trolling and the disrespect. And it weren't no black. Let's not get this thing twisted. There was no black people that was involved in that. That was Puerto Ricans. Yeah. So when people keep talking about what about Zimmerman and what about Zimmerman and why are we letting Zimmerman breathe? Yo, Zimmerman's not them man's problem. He said one thing about them Puerto Rican dons and they ran down on him. Noble, what you saying, man? Because there's a lot to uncover on this.
There really is, and you've laid the table real good. You've laid it hella good, man. You've laid it good. Now, as you say, that was some light work. That was very much some light work. Preceding that, pardon self, he was at some kind of Latin American baseball game or whatever it was, the South America's Cup or some kind of thing, Mexico and Puerto Rico. And he was number one, drunk and potentially high of prescription medication and whatever else that, these people them take. Slurring his words, being hella derogatory because he is of dual heritage. His mother is the Mexican and his father was Puerto Rican who wasn't in his life. So, you got these spirits in you got these drugs in you, and he was just going off at the Puerto Ricans, the Baricua. Like, y'all ain't nothing. Viva la Mexico. Yo, and just, as you say, being ridiculously disrespectful. Now, you think to yourself, security detail, as you say, but we're talking 24 hours a day. Usually that's like 20 bags a person a month, right? For each security person, depending on their level of expertise. Like, Is he bubbling that much where he can continuously afford this here? Because if he could, those security guards should have been all around his ass when he was in that LA Fitness. It looked like Mayu went in there dolo with his, what did he have? He had like some little
shorts on and
shorts thing, sibling. What?
Running out, no, but let's keep it 1,000.
Yes.
Because otherwise you'd have gym in your yard.
Thank you. Well. Think about it. He's in Florida, innit? Where does he actually call his home? What's his home base?
I think that's where he's residing right now.
Okay.
In Florida. You see what I'm saying? And that was at LA Fitness.
Yes. Now listen, the 305 ain't no joke. Them boy down there, they ain't playing. They are not playing. And as you highlighted, it wasn't black on Hispanic or Latino crime or beating. This was Hispanic upon Hispanic retribution being exacted. Now, was it indeed because of the disrespectful comments the day previous, or was there something else going on? But he got some light work. He got less. Yeah, man. What else we doing this here? Whilst he was in his little tighty whities and his like, what was he doing on the Stairmaster in that big Moncler coat?
It's become, I don't know what it is. It's become like a fashion trend. Certain rich man training like designer jackets. Another man I see doing that is Eubank Jr. He trains in that Dior jacket. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But I guess it's some kind of flex or something.
I guess, yeah, I can have like 1,000+ pound jacket on in the gym while I'm working. You know, as you say, it's flossing in it, and it's this is the decline. What we're seeing right now, it's awful. It's awful in regards to, as you know, as I said previously, take the emotion, take the history. The Baricuas are winning, boss. You know, Latin Kings, they're doing the thing, boss. You know what I mean? They was able to put hands on this fool. And listen, it's very surprising that Mayu wasn't even poked up, because them mans, you know, they don't play. They do not play.
No, but it should have. Let's keep it 1,000. And I know it sounds terrible what I'm saying. I know it sounds absolutely terrible what I'm saying. Sorry, people. I know it sounds dreadful what I'm gonna say now, but what he got there, that was a joke thing. I think if anything, they've made it harder for him really to get caught slipping. I'll tell you why. And I'm gonna just explain, because this guy was so patronizing. This guy, trust me, he's just one of the worst trolls in history. And I think his trolling kind of enabled a lot of other people to start trolling. It kind of gave man like academics the strength to start talking crazy online. So much of a man, because they're like, yo, I'm online. It's almost like they think it's the metaverse. It's not the real world. So I'm saying, I think they handled it wrong. What they should have did, and I'm not pushing crime or nothing like that. I know it sounds bad. Remember who we talking about? They should have waited for him to come out of that gym, man. Because there's only so much you can do in a gym. That beating was light. For the things he's been doing, it should have been. Look, listen to this comment here. I think it was a wasted opportunity. If anything, this will boost his notoriety. They should have humiliated him in an extreme way if they are not gonna outright off him. Now, of course, we're not gonna say murk him, but what he should have got should have been something so severe that he realizes next time he's trolling, yo, there's consequences to this, you know. Also, all them people that were cheering this guy on when he was keeping up these antics, this is how the story ends for trolls like him. This is the first of many. Remember, this man cannot go nowhere. Like, his life will be like this from now on, for the energy he put out into the universe. This will now be his life. See what I'm saying? He's always he ain't gonna get the luxuries that other people, get people like ourselves
Mm.
that can just go out to a gym and feel comfortable and feel nice and sit down in a restaurant. Anywhere he goes, he's gonna need them 6 bodyguards walking around him. The only thing is that clout's dried up quick. I done something on Patreon at the time, a couple years ago when he first come out of prison. If you go back and listen to that audio, I broke it down beautifully. Everything I said is played out. All that excitement, all that stuff is coming to an end now. And he's realizing, was it worth it? Was it even worth it? Because now you've put out an energy now that's just one of millions who are waiting to do that to him. There's men who are going to want to do way worse than that. Trust me, what he got there was very light, and it should be a lesson as well to all these online trolls. You know, you need to behave yourself, man. You need to behave yourself. This guy was provoking the people that didn't even do nothing to this man. And every time people were giving this guy a pass, all these American media, all the American media, hip-hop media kept giving this guy a pass, calling this guy a boy, calling him a kid. All of this, he's not no boy, he's not no kid, he's a grown man. He's got a career.
And Mark, he's far from stupid. This little youth is intelligent. He's far from dumb. I've watched a couple of his interviews, and he's on a level which, with that kind of mentality or that mind capability, it's kind of like you've just wasted that. You've just wasted your opportunity by taking it to the extreme, thinking, as you say, this is just the internet. This is just videos and stuff. No one's gonna really do nothing, because if they come up on me, I'm saying, this is just entertainment purposes, man. We do entertainment. So all of those shenanigans, Mark, that was just for entertainment. That's not me as a person. You know what I mean? But no. Actions are preceded with the flipping deeds and the actions that you bring forth. So you're bringing this crazy energy. As you say, look, he got caught slipping. Light work, potentially a broken rib as well with that last stomp to his,
That was light, man, because he could walk. I've had a fractured rib before. It's hard to breathe. You walk doubled over. So what they gave him was light. That's why some people think it was fake, because it was that light. Really, it should have been for what he was talking. Come on, that was light. There's other rappers, yeah. One time, I mean, look at XXX Tentacion and Nipsey, Pop Smoke, King. I know King, but can't say King Von. All these other guys, yeah, who one time caught like it, boom, one time, PMB, one time, 6ix9ine. You see how the world works? 6ix9ine, who's been literally begging for this. He's been begging for this. Test My Gangster, all this. He's been begging for this. And when they catch him,
that's what he gets.
Yeah, it's just a little light 1 and 2.
So break that down then in regards to it's staged. Like, who's saying that?
So you got some people who believe that because of the fact, how light the beating was, because of how light the beating actually was, there are some people that are like, nah, it wasn't real.
So he had blood capsules in his mouth and shit then or something, or this was like a very much an extreme version of acting.
Most disrespectful moments. He's told, man, SMD with your mother's lips and all kind of things. Like,
who does that? Who does that, sibling?
This is what I'm trying to say.
Listen, even in my savagery, sibling, I have never gone to another male and said, yo, SMD. Huh? What? So what does that mean? What does that say to you then if you're gonna invite another man to your private areas? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. This is the era we're in. This stupid this thing that, well, this idea and concept that you can go online anonymously, or in his case, you can put your whole face out there. You can say the wildest stuff. You can go to all these different places, surrounded obviously with security and all that kind of thing, and not think at some point, when the opportunity arrives, someone's not going to catch you down bad.
That's
Now,
because black world, it don't happen like that, Noble. That's why. That's why we black people all around this, well, Americans, black African Americans enabled him. This is what we say all the time. You let a man come into your culture. Not only did he come into your culture, you've made him rich off your culture, and he's disrespected so much people. He's disrespected icons in the culture. Man, people are forgetting this man disrespected Snoop, disrespected, and I'm not saying I'm not no fan of these people, but I'm just saying how he's been able to come in and go at Future, Meat Mill, this one, that one, and just say the most disrespectful things behind security. Troll whole cities, say all kind of mad comments to people, do all kind of things to people, and no one's saying, and people enabled him. He was on the Breakfast Club. He was on
how many times?
That one, yeah, and they were saying he's a good dude. Yo, he's a good dude. Yo, this guy's a good dude. But just think about it. Any black boy who was going on like that, you would have not been granted them same chances, them same opportunities. Noble, come true, Noble.
And you know what they would have said? That the whole energy sibling would have been totally different. They'd have been on some, yo, you're talented, brother. You're talented. Like, you need to stop this stuff that you're doing because you're going to get caught up, man. Like, we're black. You know what I mean? They're not going to afford the same opportunities to you, not being of a melanin-rich ancestry. You've got to just chill, concentrate on your music. Maybe you can do some wild stuff, but you need to calm this shit down because them boy are going to come after you, or someone's going to take your head all the way off. But as we saw, they were like little poppies. They were like little poppies around him. Like, yeah. Yo, Tekashi's the truth. He's doing numbers. He's outselling this person. He's like, it's like, truth is truth, right? Like, if I was doing some fuckery, Mark, you'd call me up and say, yo, Noble, yo, what are you doing, man? What's going on? What happened? Why did you do that? And we'd have a reasoning and we'd have a build, and they'd be like, yeah. And you'd either come to an understanding, or you'd be like, nah, you need to chill on that thing, sibling car, There was nobody in the media saying that. They were all just massaging his ego, affording him opportunities. Academics is literally in his rear end. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I know him. You know what I mean? He's not a rat. He's not a snitch. He's a civilian. You know what I mean? He wasn't in that gangster thing. Well, hold up. Whether he was or whether he wasn't, he portrayed, as most entertainers do, unfortunately. Most of these rappers who say they're doing this and they're doing that, they're studio. So we know this, but at the same time, there's consequences. I'm not gonna roll around with the biggest mob in Brum, right? Knowing that they're bossing man's heads, slanging all kind of yang, you know what I mean? Running up on people who look just like me and you, Mark. Yeah. And I'm gonna align myself with that. What? And think that nothing negative from that alignment is gonna come into my domain.
That's how it was looking at one point. It was looking like people thought you can just put out any type of energy and just be free to, continue about your day. And the facts are, my man's been he's been begging for this. I remember one podcast I was watching when he was on Academics, and he was actually like talking about Nipsey's murder, and he was just talking like he's some straight G, and it made my blood boil, man. I had to turn it off, man, because I was like, yo, someone's got to catch this guy. But like I said, man, that was too late, man. That ain't gonna stop anything, because I feel like if he hasn't learned from being in prison and becoming a snitch on his own crew, if he hasn't learned from that, then he'll never learn, man. Because what he should have did after that point is rebrand. He should have came out and been like, you know what? I'm not really, I was playing a character.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it that bad that I decided to play this character, but instead he come out with all that, yo, I'm the king of New York. And I knew it weren't gonna last, but you see, that's how they always get black people. By, if you notice, when all else fails, what the men start doing, yo, I got money. I remember when he was on the live and he was explaining that he's got this Richard Millie that cost that much and this that cost that much. And that dumb African American culture, that stupid African American culture, they started saying, well, he's getting money though. So anytime anyone said anything, it'd be like, but he's getting money though. And I hate that concept. Like, yo, so Bin Laden was getting money, so what you're saying, if he started making an album, he's the biggest rapper in the world. If Bill Gates makes an album, you see what I mean? We've got to get away from that. And that's what we do. And that's how 6ix9ine was able to have a second run, by coming out as this rich, yo, I'm getting money, look at this jewelry. And I actually seen a video, yeah, of him, gangs in America. Look at all these black gangs, all across America, that so many documentaries over the years have been made about all these rap albums. This man's claiming that, this one's claiming this. And it took Puerto Ricans to catch a man who disrespected African American culture.
Our culture. Yeah.
Beyond belief. Like, he went, all he said, I ain't exactly heard the Puerto Rican, the comments he made, but he made those comments and boom, look what happened.
Yeah.
Caught a little beating. Whereas he's able to disrespect the dead. And I know Chicago started all that nonsense, but, and I'm not in no way condoning that, but yo, that's their internal thing. You see what I'm saying? He's not from that. Like, look how much of them have died for doing that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Look how much of them have actually died for this in the dead. But this man's just able to do whatever he wants. Go anywhere. You know what I mean? Nah, man, catch him again, man. This time though, the man catch him, it has to be a point where even I come on here and say, nah, man, you shouldn't. That's how you have to catch him.
Yeah. Super violation.
Yeah, man. Even you give him a beating to where they can't even post the picture. That's the kind of energy you put out. So he has to be matched. This man was going all kind of ways, and it has to be known. It has to be known that you cannot do that. It has to be known, unless you know that there are very severe consequences. And like I said, some rappers who don't even put that energy out.
I know.
One time slipping, gone.
Yes, slipping.
Pop Smoke, he would have
had a
one time slipping, they killed him. Tekashi, you caught a little light beating, he can live to tell tale, man.
No, broke up bone. Well, apart from the potential rib, I'm talking broken fingers, broken legs, and all that. In my idea, like, he needs to wake up wake up and look at his broken, disfigured hand, like, raw. I'm lucky to be alive still. Even from the terrible beating, the broken fingers, the broken legs, whatever, the busting of the head, that should then push him to say, I'm changing my life. I'm gonna remove all these stupid tattoos from my hair. From my face even. I'm gonna put my hair back to normal, and I'm gonna go into Christian rap. That's what you should be doing. After that, after a real, not no light thing. They should have dragged his ass all the way out through the damn LA Fitness into a vehicle and took him somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And
we got part two.
They'd have been nice as well.
Because with the gal, one of the gal on the desk let one of them through, and he didn't look like he had no passing on.
Yeah, I seen the footage. They let them bowl through, but it was too, like I said, it was light, man, for what he puts out. And that's why I say, and it took Puerto Ricans to do that. This is why I don't understand why people keep saying, oh, George Zimmerman. Like, no, Puerto Ricans ain't got no problem with George Zimmerman. He disrespected their thing, and one time, boom, they gave him a little beating. I guess they believe that beating was sufficient for the disrespect. But yeah, man, when you live your life that way, the world is it's a very small place. When you live your life the way he lives his life, and he created a trend of online trolling and patronizing people and taking things to a level of disrespect that you can't look back. He helped do that, and if you notice, a lot of the people that were running behind Tekashi 69 were clout chasers. Even Akon. When Akon put him on the Locked Up remix, Akon's done. Stick a fork in him, man, because he was clout. Akon was chasing clout. Should have never put him on that remix, man. You've ruined the whole song, and all of that. You see, this is what people do. For 5 minutes of fame, people will sell themselves out, man. For 5 minutes of fame. Look how much people were trying to get close to that guy. You don't see Nicki Minaj linking with him now, do ya?
Of course not.
You don't see him getting all these interviews now, innit? Because now they've squeezed all of the juice out of the clown.
Yes.
He should have came out of prison and rebranded. And been like, yo, I'm not a gang, but he still come back. And you know what is, he still had some idiots from Brooklyn that were running behind this guy.
This is the problem, Mark. This is the problem. We, as original people, Afro-British, Afro-American, or African-American, however we want to use the termage, the verbiage, we allowed, past tense, other nations to come into our thing, and we're telling them all the slanguage, we're giving them all the jewels, and these little monkeys are soaking it all up and running with it. And look at as a result of what's happening. Man don't respect levels no more. Man don't respect African American rappers like that. Yeah. This is our thing now still. You built it, but you built the house. You put all the furniture in this here. You know what I mean? You even put in a system in place where people could come into this house. I've taken over now. I'm the landlord. I've dashed away your lease. This is my thing now, and I can do whatever the hell I want. And black people are like, I'm not gonna check this space monkey. I'm gonna fall behind him and try and get some of this liquidity. I'm gonna try and jump on the wave. Like, yeah, if I can align myself to this clown dude, I can get some money. No pride, no dignity, no morals, no like, yo, is this right? Should we allow this dude to should we be co-signing him? Should his influence be that big that you've got people in Brum modeling themselves after this weirdo?
See it?
No, they should be trying their hardest. As these people, and I hear it in England as well, they refer to everybody as a nigger.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a fact. And this is what I'm saying. Imagine a Mexican boy. He's running around using the N-word, and a man might say, "Oh, it's American culture." Nah. How's he able to even say the N-word? What I'm trying to say, man's getting this is what I'm saying. The states only care about money.
Yes.
Money. They only care about, anybody can get a lane in rap or black culture, like entertainment culture, as long as you've got a gimmick that works and you can make money. As long as you can do those two things, you are good. This man, literally, if he was black, he would have never got the platform he had. Never.
No.
Based on, because he was referred to as a kid, a boy, a child, whereas you had and I'm not saying that what any other crime is, this should be compared to or none of that, but they never referred to them GS9 man as children. They never referred to TK as a child. And and I'm saying he was
a youth.
He was a youth, but they didn't refer to him as no child. But a Mexican boy who was literally begging for this, he wanted this because he was exploiting those gang members who, like they should have known better themselves, but he was exploiting them. They were exploiting him.
Yeah.
And I don't believe none of that stuff about they slept with his baby. I just think he's a. The reason why people say rat, it's not about being an informer. A rat will do whatever it takes to have a tight space.
Yes.
You don't believe nothing a man like that says. I don't think they slept with his girl or none of that. I just think it was a thing that he needed to justify what he did. He had to justify what he did, and what he did, he knew what he did. It was, he used them guys, and they were stupid anyway. Don't think in any way I feel sorry for them.
Nah.
They were stupid anyway for even trusting a guy like that who would do whatever it takes for fame. Just imagine a man would do whatever it takes for fame. That kind of individual is a dangerous person, because not only will he sell you down the river for nothing, he'll sell himself out, man. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't scary enough. That wasn't something that would scare another troll. That was not enough.
It would scare some, Mark. It would scare. I guarantee you, it's gonna scare some. Not huge. It's gonna scare some to like, raw. I can't even hold a beat. Because think about it these days, Mark. Man don't have fights. They don't have fights no more, do they? So they don't know what it's like to get punched in the head, or punched in the stomach, in the arm. Get someone in the headlock. Have not a 30-second fight, as most fights take place, 30 seconds to a minute. Have a proper 5-minute fight. There's people listening to this here now, like 5-minute fights. Yeah, man. Sometimes when you're evenly matched, sometimes a fight can go on a long damn time till you both feel out of breath, and you kind of like, yo, let me catch my breath, and then we're gonna go again. They ain't used to that shit, Mark. So they're seeing that, like, I do not want no part of that. And then, as you say, you got other weirdos, clowns, clout chasers, and they're like, that's light, boss. I've held beaties like that at high school and shit. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna carry on. This is me. Boss, stay damn head, man. Actions speak louder than words, right? And we had a lot of people saying, yeah, it was Tekashi's disrespectful, man. Well, I'm gonna deal with him. But nothing was done. It took a Hispanic section of the community to comment to LA Fitness with their crazy little weird. What were on their feet? That one with the multicolored things.
I think it was
Is that them Yeezy things?
Yeah, I think it was them. Them socks that I got the grip on them. Because when he stopped on his chest, I was like, "What the hell are you wearing on your foot?" Because really, when I seen that video, I was like, "Nah, man. Nah, even that stomp, it was a bit. Nah, man. He's head to the boss, man. He's head to the boss, man. For real, for what he's been doing.
Yeah.
The trolling that he's been doing, that was nothing, man. That was lights."
It was what he received. It shouldn't have been from 3 people. That's a one-man beating.
Yeah,
you could do that on your toddy. You know what I mean? When you got next 2 mans with you, and he's getting up, not even, as you say, doubled over, like, yo, man got his, helping him over to the manager's office and all that kind of thing. There was none of that going in. He just got lumped up, got bloodied up a little some. Like, in his head, look, here's the craziness. He's probably going to come on live or do something and say, yeah, man, you see how I took that, man. The trio, you know what I mean? You tried it, and, I'm still here, man. All you did is blood me up. Like, you didn't do nothing to me. He's going to use that as like, yo, I won.
Yeah.
I'm the victor.
Yeah, he will. He's going to, if he don't learn from this, I mean, he's got a lot more coming anyway. He's got a lot more coming, because what you have to remember with security is this: you got to be able to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say he can make money. A man like him can definitely make money doing different things. I know he still have shows and stuff, but his outgoings are always going to be high, and he's only on the decline because he's blackballed, really, innit, from the industry, in terms of even the big platforms like Spotify and that. He don't get playlisted. Since he's actually continued with his antics, a lot of people have just closed the door on him. It's only the real bottom feeders that are. Someone like him, you gotta remember, He was rolling with sometimes 4 to 6
Yes.
security guards. Imagine that must get on top now. No woman's gonna want to stay around that. Even that girl, she went and got herself all tattooed up and all. That's all for clout and money. But who's gonna want to be going to dinner with 6 security guards? Who's not gonna want to be able to just go for a stroll in the park? Who's not, when summer licks, there's certain times you want to just jump on your bike and take a little ride somewhere, or you might just want to go and do just things that everyday people do. He can never do that. That was no exchange. This is what I'm saying. The message should have been louder, because the next generation need to understand that story needs to end in a way that they understand that they don't try and emulate him. Because look where local trolling gets you. A lot of them killings and that are taking place locally.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff started online.
On Snap and all them things, making the videos.
You see what I'm saying? But they have not got security. So when they're out and about, a man said, "Yo, it's you."
Yeah.
Look at that video the other day that you sent to me, where an online troll caught up to a man. You remember that he had a knife on him and all that. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why that story needs to end horribly. I'm not saying it should result in him dying or nothing like that, because he can learn. He can definitely learn. But the story needs to end in a way that when them documentaries are made, it's like, yo, he's at the end, he's saying, yo, I can't believe I did that. That's how it has to end. Anything that's a joke thing.
He's got time though, sibling. He's not old or nothing like that. He's got, remember that Bonk gang, who's
Boot gang.
That's it. You see how he's changed his life right now?
Yeah, gone to Christ and that.
He's gone to the Most High's Son, and he's doing some real positive shit. And look at the lowest that my man was at when he was on that thing, drunk or almost passing out and shit on was it No Jumper?
Yeah.
Like, life is a lesson, and we've got a situation where society, people don't realize that what they like, I want a Richard Mills, I want the. What are we talking about? You live in a council house, or you live in rented accommodation. We need to start thinking outside of social media and what looking at needs and wants. Of course, everybody deserves, if they're working hard, nice things. But there's levels, isn't it? You've got to be earning a lot of money to be purchasing watches for 100,000 upwards, and what are we thinking about? How about we start at a real basic level? You're in school, you're trying to find a vocation. Okay, it's tricky, especially in this current climate. Okay, so what's the goal? What's the first goal? Well, I need to get a house. Take out. Obviously, it's almost impossible for them to get a house these days. But let's move that aside. There's steps and goals. I need to get a house. I need to get a wife. I need to get obviously a car as well. Oh, now we've done this. Oh, now we're going on holidays and stuff. Oh, now I'm earning enough money. Maybe I can treat myself to that watch or to that belt or to we're putting the cart before the horse. We're allowing these marketeers to market these trinkets to us, which mean nothing. Which mean absolutely nothing. And then we're going to spend hundreds of pounds on outlandish wear with couture brands plastered all over it. But when you see the other nations, they're wearing a thing with the smallest logo on there. We're being used. Come on, people. We're being flipping used. We need to kind of, pull our socks up, lace them boots up, and say, nah. We need to just ease off a little bit of this consumerism, And once we can do that, we can build ourselves up, kind of thing, and understand the real value in what we have as people outside of the little trinkets Man, I'm like, oh, look what I got. No, no, no. Let's look at what you've done. What does your branches from your tree? Where's the fruit from that? I can see you're influencing these sectors or in these people. I can see you doing the works. I don't care about your Gucci bag. I care about them thing there.
You know, it is noble. We've gone so far into materialism, and it affects us all. Definitely affects us all, but it affects others more so than others. But we have gone to a point where I think we've gone to a point of no return.